What's up, everybody? Rob Nakamura, and I'm here with the High Chief, Zac Pauga. Together, we're fully hydrated, and man, we're just gonna get right into Polynesians making predictions. We got a pretty awesome card coming up, headlined by someone that I've been banging the drum on him since his acquisition. I was banging the drum on him when people wouldn't even give a shit and listen to me, when he was over there double champing in one championship. Yeah, the league that lets people do steroids. He was not on the steroids. He's clearly not on the steroids, and he was a 2-division champ. Who am I talking about? Renier de Ridder, better off as RDR. I'm just going to say that from now on. Going against Brendan Allen, and that's the fight night we got coming up. We don't tell each other our picks beforehand. We find out on the fly, so go ahead, drop some comments. Let us know who you're picking, who you're voting for, and we will give one banger alert, something on the card that we feel deserves your attention, and don't be making no snacks and stuff during that fight. We're just going to do the main card here. We're going to run it up. The main card starts with Kyle Nelson versus Matt Steamroller Frivola. Shout out, Matt. And also shout out Mr. Nelson. You've been cool. I've got to interview both these guys in the past. Both cool guys. All right. The cool part, well, not so cool part, depending on where you stand on fandom, is both these guys need a win, bouncing off of losses. Last rodeo for Frivola was 1 year ago, getting the TKO'd, unfortunately, via knee from the head to the head from Faraz Ziam. And on Nelson's side, he also suffered a TKO loss from Steve Garcia. That was also 1 year ago. So shout out to both the guys. Must be fans of the podcast. They listen to not come back too fast. They're well past the get your head right scenario. And the odds for this fight have Frivola as a -135 favorite, Mr. Nelson an underdog at +115. What you got?
This is a cool fight. Super excited. I'm excited for it. Both guys have been out for a long time. Both guys coming off KOs. So they should be healthy and they should be in shape with a little bit of ring rust. And I just think for Frivola, like, he's got a great nickname for his style of steamroller. Like, he's going to come forward. He's going to put damage out. And that's something you can always rely on, is the guy that's coming forward.
That is a good take. And I wish I had a more intelligent breakdown. First off, I just want to say I've enjoyed Canada every time I visit. It's a great place, fun to visit. But just because the fans on the Canadian side been barking this way a little bit too much, with a little too much enthusiasm, I'm blindly picking for the USA. Let's go, Matt. Steamroll. And by the way, I want to back you up on that. Like, fighters, do things that are on brand. High Chief, because he's an actual High Chief. Makes sense for Zach. Steamroller Frivola. It rolls off the tongue. Very fun. Use that. It works. All right. Next up, Cody Gibson going against Adokang Lee. Adokang and Gibson coming off losses. 1 year ago for Adokang. Gibson 6 months ago via submission Kimura, and UD on Adokang's side. The odds very tight on this one. -120 for Gibson, +100. So even money, the worst kind of underdog you can be, where nobody's getting a benefit from it. And what you got, High Chief?
For no good reason other than he's a tough alumni. He was in the UFC, got on tough to fight his way back in. But I'm going with Cody Gibson.
Tough alumni nonetheless. I see what you're doing there. Since you made it a personal connection, I'm going to make a personal connection. I haven't gotten to interview Adokang. I have Mr. Gibson. I also think it was really awesome. I think he's maintained his position as a teacher. So to be a teacher and giving to the kids and making the futures brighter, smarter, and better, and then also whooping ass in the octagon, like, a lot of people can't do either of those things. To do both of those things is pretty damn awesome. So my pick is Mr. Gibson.
He was my dump. The last time he lost, he was my dump. And I told him to quit his job, to stop being a teacher.
Well, we got to insert the Michael Jordan gift, fuck them kids, type energy there. All right, so we got the ladies, Manon Farrow versus Jasmine Jazdavicius. Say that 3 times fast. Jazz coming off a win 5 months ago. Last time out for Farrow was a loss, unanimous decision to Valentina. Not the worst thing in the world. 5 months ago. The odds makers, though, they're making their opinions widely clear. negative 235 for Faro at this time, and plus 190 for Jasovicius.
So I thought I was gonna have something spicy to give you guys. I didn't know the odds makers were gonna be all on Fro like that. But I'm picking her. I'm picking Manon. People forget before she lost to the Bullet that I think she was favored in that fight. Like, she was the girl. Everyone thought that she was going to be the next face of the division, and lost the champ. Happens. But I mean, the odds makers are still on her side, rightly so.
And, well, folks, I've been a jazz fan metaphorically and musically for a long time, but for Jasmine, dude, she's on a killer run. She's on the type of run that makes you go, hey, why isn't she like going up for the title? And this is the perfect fight for that to happen. Now, Faro is a killer. Like, she is really good. She busts up a lot of chicks, and I think it's right for the odds to be the way they are. But I'm not listening to Vegas, which is weird for me. I'm going with Jasmine. Let's go. I want to see you go up for the title. Good luck with that. All right. Next fight up, Marlon Chito Vera versus Ayman Zahabi. And I'm just going to throw my random gripe before we go any further. I don't think Ayman beat Jose Aldo. And this fight could have been Jose Aldo versus Chito. It would have been a way better fight. And I got all my crying out. All right. The odds. Negative 140 favorite in Zahabi, plus 120 for Vera. I just told you what Zahabi did. He won a UD over Jose Aldo 5 months ago. Last time you saw Chito was 1 year, 2 months ago, losing a UD to Davison Figueiredo. And that's what we got.
This is a hard one. I also didn't think Zahabi won his last fight. And I'm not big on him. I think he's okay. I think he's pretty good. My issue is that, like, I don't even think Vera is good. When is the last time Marlon Vera won a fight?
The honest answer was 2 years, 1 month ago against Pedro Munoz. If we're not counting him pulling out the shotgun on the guy that was trying to steal his car. I don't know how real that was. I don't know if it's 100% real. I'm giving him credit that it was real. So if we're taking away the defending your property, it's been 2 years and 1 month.
Yeah. So I'm going with Zahabi here. I think he's decent. I don't think he's a world beater, but I don't think Vera is very good, period.
I want to support Chito, and I wish we were closer to the peak of the Chito, like his little surge that he was having. They would make more sense for me to blindly go that way. But here I am just picking Ayman, even though I don't want to. I'm in a very similar boat. It's more of a fade on Chito than it is support for Ayman. There we go. It's probably pretty hard to be a pro fighter when your older brother was widely regarded for many years as one of the best trainers in the world. So there's probably a lot of residual pressure that gets put onto you to prove it. So good luck, Ayman. All right. Co-main event of the evening. Kevin Holland versus Mike Malott. Malott is the way you're supposed to say it, but I say Malott sometimes because I'm goofy like that. All right. Last time out for Holland was 2 months and basically 3 months ago. This guy fights like, seems like all the time. Unanimous decision loss to D-Rod. If you guys remember that fight, I hope you did because it wasn't long ago. And last time out for Malott was 5 months ago, getting the KO TKO victory over Charles Radke. That was actually pretty awesome. Negative 140, the favorite in Malott, plus 115 for the underdog in Holland. What you got, dude?
I hate when I go all favorites. I hate when I don't have anything spicy to give you guys. But I think Malott, I think he's going to smoke Holland. Holland's doing this weird. He's going up and down in weight, fighting every 2 months, losing 4 fights. I don't want to do 2 picks where I just bag on the other guy. Malott is very good. He is very, very talented. And Holland, like, dude, stop fighting and get better. It's not impressive to lose 4 fights a year. Get better, dude.
I feel that maybe he thinks that if he squeezes some wins in there, because if he fights so often, he got that win over Vicente. He's like, well, if I get a 3-to-1 ratio, plus I have the kind of blessing from the UFC that I'm not going to get cut, I'm just going to keep making money. Maybe that's his theory. Here's the problem. I actually do think the intelligent choice is Mike Malott. So there you go. So
Oh, you're gonna pick
but
Holland.
USA. Because what I said
Oh,
earlier,
you're
dude.
going
Yeah,
anti-Canada.
I'm just going. You know, in Canada, I see you in the playground. Much respect to your nation in general, but when it comes to sports and collisions, that's the way it's going to be right now. Unless maybe Kevin Holland was really, really ass, but he's unpredictable at best. He's hard to rely on. The things you're saying makes him hard to rely on. Floating weights. Sometimes his attitude is not even there. So yes, if it's money you're talking about, go the other way. But my pick, let's go Holland. Don't let us down. All
I
right.
like it.
Main event. RDR, Brendan Allen for what I think, there's no official word, but I think this is next man up for the division's title, as it should be, anyways. Last rodeo for Allen was 2 months, basically 3 months ago. He got the unanimous decision over Marvin Vettori. Last time out for RDR was almost the same, 1 week short of the same period as Allen. So let's just round it up to 3 months. Getting a split decision over Rob Whittaker. The odds makers have RDR as the favorite, -210, plus 170 in Allen. Hi, Chief, what you got?
Well, first off, this has to be the title eliminator. Like this, we can't have this fight and then someone else fight for the title. That can't happen. And Hamzat better turn around and actually fight again, like more than every 2 years. But with that said, going with Rainier, buddy of mine, but also objectively going to win, right? Allen is taking this on short notice. It was supposed to be Fluffy Hernandez in this fight, and he fell out. Short notice for Allen, and Allen wants to grapple. He is a grappler. He's not a big KO guy. He's not an anti-wrestler. He grapples in a way that no one in the UFC does. It's not jiu-jitsu. It's not wrestling. It's not college freestyle. It's not European freestyle, Russian wrestling. He grapples different than anyone on the planet Earth. We saw with Bo Nickel. It's not like, oh, I'm a good grappler, I can handle it. You don't even know what he's doing. You don't know what kind of game he's playing down there. And 25 minutes isn't enough time to figure it out.
Yeah. And folks, if you haven't seen this guy, like his body type doesn't explain how strong he is. Go watch some of his grappling competitions that he's done, specifically maybe back in one, where he's like manning dudes with triple the muscle mass of him. Once again, back to his technique, what he's choosing to do, his leverage, and, you know, if you are familiar with the term tendon strength, like this guy is one of those people who's way stronger than how he looks and performs at that level. Now, I want to be blind. And if RDR was Canadian, I would pick Allen, but I'm not. Let's go RDR. Exactly. I mean, if you were Canadian, I'd have to, but you're not. And I thank the Lord for that, because I'm been supporting you for years. I've been supporting you when people didn't want to listen. Honestly, I became a fan of his when he broke my heart and beat Lang Sang. So Lang, I love you, bro. But when that happened, I was like, dude, who is this guy? I got to know more about him. I've been on the train ever since. RDR, man, please, dude, please win this. I need you to go and win the title so I can use you for every future argument on why world MMA matters and it's not just UFC or nothing. So let's go for the boys, RDR. All right. Well, folks, what are your picks? Let us know. Drop some comments. Tell us what's up. But this is the time where we give you a banger alert. Look at somewhere on the card and assess, hey, don't be making snacks. You want to see that? Me and Zach have been on it. We've been picking some good ones that if you checked out, you missed something awesome. So, hi, Chief, you got your pick?
I do.
All right.
And I have an actual banger this time. I usually give you something goofy that I have some like relationship to. I have a real banger, and I do have a relationship. My buddy Drew Dober, right? All these guys, I always tell you when they're my friends. RDR is a good dude who like took me in Holland, let me train with him, and he came out here and trained Denver. Good dude, but like I don't see him every day. My actual friend, dude, I see every single day. And if you're watching this show, you know who Drew Dober is, and you know that he puts on banger fights and he knocks fools out. So that is going to be a great fight on the prelims too. I don't know when the last time Drew was on the prelims.
That is true. I actually It's been a little bit, and Drew's a great fighter. You should definitely check him out. Great pick. I'm going with one. Usually, I'm kind of like Zach, where I have some fandom thing that's carrying me through it. But I just actually think both these guys are badass, and it would blow my mind if these guys generated a boring fight. Who am I talking about? Air Jourdain, Charles Jourdain against Davy Grant. Both these guys are about it. Both these guys are so about it, and I think someone is gonna get beat up real bad. I don't know who. And that's what makes it great. So don't miss that fight. I think it's going to be all fireworks. Folks, you went the distance with us, and we thank you. Subscribe, like, you know the drill and all the stuff YouTubers say, but mainly appreciate you for watching, sharing your time with us. It's been a good time. We'll see you next time. But in the meantime, stay fully hydrated. All right.